The Ford EcoSport is a mini-sport utility vehicle, originally built in Brazil by Ford do Brasil since 2003, at the Camaçari plant. A second-generation concept model was launched in 2012 and is intended to be also assembled in a new factory in Chennai, India, Vietnam and Russia. First generation, the EcoSport was designed by the Ford U.S. Truck Vehicle Center and based on the Cologne-built European Fiesta. Because of this, the project used the Ford B3 platform. The EcoSport is one of Ford's best-seller models in Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela and Mexico. Its main competitors are the Fiat Palio Weekend Adventure, Volkswagen CrossFox. The EcoSport has sold well and in 2011 sales reached 700,000. Versions and engines. The EcoSport has been available with 5 inline-4 engines, Cam 1.0L gasoline 8V supercharged, 95 picoseconds, Cam 1.68V gasoline ethanol, 111 picoseconds, Duratec 2.0L gasoline 16V 145 picoseconds, Duratorque 1.4L TDCi diesel, 68 picoseconds. All models have front-wheel drive with manual transmission as standard. The 2.0L model can also receive a 4-speed automatic transmission or 4-wheel drive. In the latter case, an electronically controlled system lets the driver engage the rear axle from the dashboard. Restyling. In late 2007, a restyling was introduced, which renewed completely the front to bring it closer to modern Ford pickups, as well as the recent Brazilian restyling of the Ford Fiesta, also updated the rear lights, both bumpers, and in the interior showed new dashboard using better quality materials. Mexico. The Ford EcoSport arrived in late 2003 to Mexico as a 2004 model. The reception by the public was impressive and continued until 2006. For the 2007 model year, sales of the small SUV began slipping and stopped being a hot seller. Compared to 15,000 units sold in 2004, only 10,000 units of the 2007 model year were sold. This trend continued to worsen for the refreshed 2008 model year due in part to a price increase. Only 6,345 units of the 2008 model year were sold, and 2009 model year sales through July 2009 were a mere 2,135 units. Due to decreasing sales, and heightened competition from the Ford Escape, Ford has announced that a shortened 2010 model year will be the last sold in Mexico. However, a year later Ford had announced the new EcoSport to launch in 2012, bringing back the EcoSport to Mexico after a 2-year absence. Second generation. The second generation of EcoSport has been developed under Ford a Euro unregistered trademark S global product development process. It is based on the 2011 Ford Fiesta B2e platform. It was launched globally. The second-generation EcoSport was first showcased as a concept at the 2012 New Delhi Auto Expo, in India on January 4, 2012. The car was launched in Brazil on July 14, 2012 at a starting price of 53,490 Brazilian real. Ford showcased the production variant of Ford EcoSport in China, where the SUV was slated to launch on March 19, 2013. In addition to China, the SUV will also be manufactured at Ford India's Chennai plant, for domestic sale and export to the European market. Ford's Rayong plant in Thailand will manufacture the EcoSport for Southeast Asian markets. The EcoSport stands in direct competition with Renault Duster and Nissan Terrano. As of August 2015, Ford's Indian plant has already sold 200,000 EcoSports. 112,000 of which were sold in India, while the rest exported to South Africa, Taiwan, Japan, Australia and Europe. The EcoSport will be powered by a British-designed 1.0-litre, 3-cylinder turbocharged EcoBoost petrol engine which has a power output of 120 picoseconds and 170 Nm of torque. The engine features TVCT, which contributes to the turbocharged engine. The Euro unregistered trademark S peak torque starting at 1,300 rpms. The EcoSport can tow up to 700 kilograms of weight. Powertrains equals, the EcoSport is a global product, available with a number of powertrain solutions to serve different demographics. The list of powertrains includes Ford's newest, most advanced engine, the 1.0-litre EcoBoost developed at Ford's Dunton Technical Centre in the UK. The 1.0-litre, 3-cylinder, turbocharged, cast-iron engine comes in two versions, 74 kilowatts and 88 to 92 kilowatts, with the latter delivering a peak torque of 170 Nm from 1,300 to Euro 4,500 RPMs and 200 Nm on overboost. Ford's decision to use cast iron for the engine block instead of aluminium improved engine warm-up time by 50%. However, the three-cylinder engine design causes inherent vibrations, which Ford overcame by incorporating a deliberately unbalanced flywheel. Employing the unbalanced flywheel conserves energy more efficiently than employing the more commonly used balance shafts to ensure smooth running. Additionally, an internal timing belt bathed in engine oil ensures longer life and even greater efficiency. Lastly, to reduce warm-up times and increase efficiency even further, Ford engineers cast the exhaust manifold into the cylinder head. The EcoBoost engine design is quite compact, with the entire engine block's height and width dimensions comparable to an A4 size sheet of paper. The EcoSport will be available with this engine design in China, India and Europe, but not Brazil. The Brazilian EcoSport will be powered by a 1.6L petrol engine, which produces 113 bhp and 115 lb-ft of torque. Russian EcoSport comes with two different engines, a 1.6L, which produces 122 bhp and 148 Nm, and a 2.0L, which produces 140 bhp and 186 Nm. The 2.0L version of EcoSport comes as AWD with manual transmission, while the 1.6-litre is 2WD only but available with 6-speed manual or power shift automotive transmissions. Along with the 1.0L EcoBoost engine, the Chinese and the Indian market will also get a 1.5L TVCT petrol engine, which produces 108 bhp and 140 Nm. The EcoSport will also feature a 1.5L TDCI diesel engine that outputs 90 bhp power and 204 Nm of torque at 2,2750 rpm. Safety and comfort features equals. The Ford EcoSport comes equipped with a variety of features, including the latest Ford Sync Driver Connect system, a unique voice command system co-developed with Microsoft. Advanced climate control and a centrally mounted LCD screen with sync controls are also included. Safety features include anti-lock brakes, electronic stability program, electric power-assisted steering with hill launch assist and rear parking sensors. Mileage equals. The mileage of the Ford EcoSport according to ARAI certified is as follows: 22.7 kmpl/4.4L/100 km, 18.9 kmpl/5.29L/100 km, 15.8 kmpl/6.32L/100 km, 15.6 kmpl/6.41L/100 km. Marketing equals. India. The Indian market will be amongst the first few to receive EcoSport. The car is being manufactured at Ford India's Chennai plant, available in 4 trims with the choice of 3 different engine options: 1.0L EcoBoost, 1.5L TVCT and 1.5L TDCI. The engines will be mated with 5-speed manual and 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. Japan. At its introduction internationally, it is available in Japan, as the smallest companion to the Ford Kuga and the Ford Explorer. All engines, except the diesel, are offered in Japan, with a 5-speed manual or 6-speed dual-clutch transmission, and optional all-wheel drive. The 1.0L and 1.5L engines provide the opportunity for Japanese customers to save on the annual Japanese road tax obligation. The Japanese version has the width dimension slightly reduced to 1,696 mm so as to comply with Japanese government dimension regulations to encourage sales. Europe. Ford plans to launch the EcoSport in Europe during 2014, with a limited first batch of 500 units arriving in the first quarter of the year. The announcement was made in September 2013 at the IFA exhibition in Berlin, and the first limited edition versions could be ordered on a dedicated website. After disappointing sales figures in Europe in 2014, during which the EcoSport only sold 11,000 units against over 100,000 for each of its main competitors, the car was revised in 2015 to make it more suitable to European tastes. Gallery. References. External links: official Brazilian Ford EcoSport website, official Mexican Ford EcoSport website, Ford EcoSport India official page, Ford EcoSport Australia, official website, Ford EcoSport UK, official website, Ford EcoSport Russia, official website, Ford EcoSport Thailand, official website.